Wow.
What's up, loser? I'm the loneliest man on the planet. And I'm also like the greatest football player to have ever touched footballs. I know what you're thinking. Football, what the hell is even that? I'm not really sure either.
And a lot of people think that a blind person can't play football.
But I recently joined a fantasy league with my friends, which I am winning, by the way. Perfect 5-0 right now. I feel bad saying that. My dad was the one who picked my entire team, so I can't really... But I figured I'd give Madden 24 a chance since I haven't played a football game since like 2006. And the Steam version is clocking some really great reviews. Like this guy who said, "I like it when I do touchdown." I do too, buddy. It's good, right? But don't click away just because of sports, all right? Because if you watch this, maybe your dad, who is a huge football fan, will finally love you again. I feel like there's one person watching this video who's like, shit, that is so true. So get your parents to like you again and watch this video with me. So most people were right. This game kind of sucks ass. It's kind of like terrible. But eating shit never stopped me from eating shit. I want to rethink that last line.
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
No.
But we're going to be playing Superstar mode. Basically, you get one player that you control, and that's your player. Weirdly enough, you can't be every position. I don't know why you'd want to, but you can't. But one of the ones you can be is a cornerback. I can't imagine a bigger waste of time than playing defense in a football game. You're just running around chasing people. It's much cooler if you're chasing a ball. But I'm sure there's somebody out there on the internet who's like fully pissed off that you can't play an entire career as like a kicker, because if there's one thing I want to do after work when I'm trying to unwind, it's I want to press one button twice, and I want to score points, and I want to be a big time NFL superstar because of it. Nobody likes kickers. Kickers are stupid. Go play soccer, loser. But because I actually want to do something in this game, we're going to be a quarterback. Quarterbacks are the guys that throw the balls, in case you're that far removed from football and you needed that explanation. Can you believe Fistin is a band character name? Originally it was supposed to be Fistin Mayo, as if you just shove your fist into a jar of mayo. I don't know. I thought it was funny when I was making the character. Looking back on it, it's not that comedic.
I'm gonna eat this entire jar of great value, real mayonnaise.
But anyways, our name is Ballsack because that's allowed. And I am a 7-foot-tall, 160-pound quarterback. This is a ridiculous thing. There's been like one guy in the history of the NFL who's been over 7 feet tall, and he played like 8 games, and then his legs fell off. Or he died. I don't know. Either one. Right out of the gate, it's apparent they didn't put too much effort into this. This is one of the worst character creators I have ever used. Nobody's ears are shaped like this. But yeah, this is what my character looks like. We're not going to make any jokes. We're just going to keep going. So after creating our character, it's time to go play football. Almost. First, we have to watch a cutscene.
Bet you're excited to finally get on the field tomorrow.
Wait, hold the up. If I'm 7 feet tall, then this lady is like 6'7". There's no way. I'm pretty sure she's like my manager, but I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some like romance between us at some point. I'm expecting a Game of Thrones level writing in this Madden career story.
Because I have bowls.
That might be a brand new sentence, by the way. So, you're welcome. But hey, at least the dialogue trees are on par with Fallout 4. Now, before we actually start the season, we have to go through the NFL Combine, which is like a dog show, but instead of dogs, it's people, and they don't get in trouble for playing fetch with the football. Oh, God. Is that funny? Yeah, we're sticking with it. F it. Who cares? Basically, it's just a series of strength and speed tests to figure out who's actually good at sports. And we definitely got the lowest scores out of everybody else at this combine. I'm almost glad somebody in a wheelchair wasn't there, because they would have definitely put up better numbers than me. At this point, I really shouldn't be worried about football. I should be applying to be a used car salesman.
We have great deals on a lot of cars.
But no, for some reason, I'm still a cocky piece of shit, despite the fact that everybody's making fun of me now.
This was one of the more disappointing performances we've seen so far here at the Combine.
But my chances aren't ruined yet, because we get to do an interview where we get to display our knowledge of football and how much we know about football. The press asks us 10 random football questions, and if we answer them right, it'll help us get drafted higher, I guess. Which is pretty crazy to think that if somebody's been playing this game for their entire life, somebody's going to ask him oh, well, how long's the play clock? But I didn't know how long it was, so we ended up getting 1 out of 10. But somehow, we still get to move on to draft day, and we're still going to get drafted, despite having the speed of Draft day is kind of weird. I'm sitting in a room all by myself. I guess I have no friends or family. Kind of makes sense. I mean, your parents named you Ballsack. They probably aren't too involved in your life. Again, why the f am I not towering over these people? I'm 7 feet tall. Is everybody 7 feet tall now? Because that's not how this kind of thing works.
What's your biggest insecurity? My height.
I mean, surely EA isn't that lazy, because we all know that EA is a respectable developer that focuses on crafting high-quality experience. Sorry about that, there's a lot of bullshit in my mouth. But it turns out somebody liked us enough because we were drafted to the Seahawks. And I could not sign that contract fast enough. They're gonna hire me. What the f is going on? But now that we finally did the combine, did the interview, it's time to sit by yourself in your apartment. Funny enough, when you're not on the field, the game just shows your player spending all their time alone in their hotel room playing video games or looking at their phone or making TikToks on the latest dance trends. You'd think it'd be joking. No, this is something you can actually do, is make a dance trend TikTok. And I guess you get like a little bit of money for it.
I don't think my twerking is a problem. I can quit whenever I want.
There is a mini game where you can make friends. Did you believe that? No, there's not. I was just kidding. It'd be cool. It'd be really cool if I had somebody hanging out with me, but you know. But goddamn, we're like halfway done with this video about a football game, and we haven't even played any football. Let's do some man shit. Let's play some fucking football. All right, so like I said earlier, we are a quarterback, so our job is to throw the ball. So naturally, I run the ball every goddamn time. Typically, you don't want to do this because like quarterbacks are like delicate little flowers, and their job is to, you know, just throw it. They're not supposed to run it. That's the running back's job. But it turns out I actually am 7 feet tall because on the field, for some reason, I actually have height, but it's just anytime I'm off the field, I am a normal person. But because I'm 7 feet tall, I just get to do whatever the f I want, like every game. Now, we're not going to go over every game. I'm sure you guys don't care to hear a play-by-play of an entire season of football because I don't care to tell you. I mean, I think we're all here for the same reason. Did I win the Super Bowl? The answer is yes, kind of. We'll get there in a second. Immediately after starting the season, I was setting records from like my first game. I set the rushing yards record in the first game I ever played as a quarterback. Not something that ever happens, ever. Now you might think it's because I'm playing the game on rookie, but it's not because of that. It's because I'm very, very good at video game football. But you'd think because I'm pretty much God, we'd have no problem winning every game. No, that's not true. We lost a couple times. What the fuck? I think the game adds like this rubber banding effect to ensure that you don't win every game, because sometimes another team would score every time I scored. So we ended up losing like 2 games during the season. I think it was the game's way of telling me that I need to manage the clock and my timeouts, but I don't know what the f***'s going on. I don't know what football is to begin with.
Hug it, chug it, football!
But I'm kind of hard-pressed to say what is the worst part of this game. There's just kind of too many options. There's a lot of dumb, terrible shit in this. Originally, I was going to say it was the loading screens, because they take forever. They take so f***ing long. Fun fact about this game is you can actually pick menu settings before they even pop up, because the game takes so long to show you what it's actually doing that you're able to navigate it before it's on screen. But I think the dumbest thing is that they have a menu at the beginning of it that after you press a button, the game starts loading. Why do I gotta press a button? Why aren't you just loading this and then I press a button afterward? You know, that makes more sense. I don't know, that just blows my mind. Now, all this menu and UI stuff, which should be the easy part of a game, is really frustrating. But what really pisses me off is they added a button that drops the ball. I dropped the ball at the 2-yard line before scoring a touchdown, and it counts as a fumble because I guess if you press L1, it pitches the ball. Nobody does that. Nobody ever does that in actual football. So we pretty much set a new record like every game. We ended the season with far more rushing yards than any other running back. And again, it wasn't because of rookie difficulty, all right? It was because I'm really good at the game. But we consistently set records over and over again until we got to the playoffs. You know, despite me throwing like 800 yards a game, I think the most unbelievable thing about the playoffs were that the Bears were in it. I'm from Chicago. That's not a thing that happens. But that was the first team we beat. And then we had to beat Green Bay, which, because I'm a Bears fan, was, felt pretty good. Or at least I'm told to hate Green Bay. I don't really know why. You know, honestly, I don't really know why they have a football team. There's like 40,000 people in that city. Why do they have a football team? But then we go on to play the Broncos in the Super Bowl, and I will show you all about it. Never, because the file got corrupted. That like rarely happens, and usually I can just re-record stuff, but the only way to re-record that is to just re-beat the season, and then it's not even the Broncos, so whatever. Here's highlights from other shit I did. I don't know what to show you. I don't really care. But don't worry, you didn't really miss anything, because after you win the Super Bowl, which is like, you know, the end of the game, you would think, there's no cutscene. It's the same shit you get after every game. Your character in the locker room, like taking a selfie with the other players and making a dancing TikTok or whatever the they do in the NFL, touching each other's butts. Shout out butts, by the way. I got to thank my offensive linemen. I wouldn't have been able to win the Super Bowl if it weren't for all of these beautiful butts that I had to look at for hours. I'm going to miss those butts. Oh, also, my manager never falls in love with me. We don't even see her again. Like, she has like 2 cutscenes at the beginning, then she's gone forever. But yeah, Madden is, it's kind of dog shit. It's also the best sports game I've ever played.
Guys, it's Charlie, and I'm super excited to be sharing with you my first ever YouTube video on my YouTube channel.
Wow, what a great video.